Let's it's an Operation Channel Intro.
Hello, fellow YouTubers, like WC Stop Motioner here. Welcome to viewers new and old. And today I'm looking at Transformers Studio Series 86 Wheelie. Yeah, I'm not really that ecstatic about this, I'll admit. I mean, it's not exactly an unpopular opinion, but I don't like Wheelie as a character. I may not hate him quite the same way some people do, but I'm just still not that crazy about him. But this was a figure I wanted to get, and I do know for a fact, I haven't messed with him yet, obviously because he's still in the box. I do know for a fact this guy is better than the one that came with Grimlock. But that's not really that high of a bar to beat, so yeah. Looking at the packaging, there he is in there. He is looking a little bit better in hand than he did in images. I don't know, when he was first revealed, I just felt kind of underwhelmed by it, but he is looking a little bit better to me now in hand. You get some nice artwork up there. There he's on the back in his robot mode and his vehicle mode. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this. All right, there he is. So let's get into it. Okay, so here we are, however many weeks later, looking at Wheelie. And I do think this figure is pretty nice. I do actually like it, which is surprising. Again, it's Wheelie, and yeah, somehow I do think this figure is pretty nice. All mode isn't perfect. I mean, he had the hands back there, and again, I know it's a core class, but I feel like at this size, they still could have done something to make him flip in. I don't know, though. And I guess you can open this. There's his head in there. Yeah, from what I've seen, most people do seem to kind of prefer the alt mode of the Titan's Return version. But I'm really not that worried about that because I still think this one looks nice. I actually have a pinned on wheels on the front. It rolls fairly well. I wasn't really sure who to compare him to. Thought, why not do it with Spike, or a lot of people are using this as Daniel. I wonder if they'll do some sort of Daniel version with this mold or not. I don't really care that much. Yeah, just see how they look together. Obviously, this is a really stupid alt mode, so one thing I can say about Daniel is that about Wheelie, his alt mode is pretty cool. I do like it. But yeah, otherwise, I really don't have a whole lot to say about it. I think it looks nice, better than what I was thinking. You do have some weapon storage for the slingshot back here, and I think it works fairly well. So yeah, that's basically the alt mode. Now I can move on to the transformation. And, I mean, not that much to it. Just go ahead and remove the slingshot. Untap the arms right here and fold them down. Just kind of get them out of the way. Then this part takes a little bit of force, but you just untap that. Go ahead and fold this up, pull this down, disconnect the legs, and just swivel them out there. Rotate them down, rotate them at the knees, pull up the toes, open this right here. Make sure that stays right there. You can rotate this down. It's just going to tab into place. And just untab the elbows right here. Make sure you fold that up. And there you have Wheelie in his robot mode. And again, I don't really have a ton of things to say about this, but I do still think he looks pretty nice. Head sculpt looks pretty accurate. You got an Autobot symbol right there. You got silver hands. Which I do have to appreciate that the paint actually looks fairly neat on it. I mean, yes, there is some bleed over, but it doesn't look too bad. I do appreciate that. And the legs, not a whole lot to him. Oh yes, he does have this flap here, which, yeah, it kind of bugs me, but again, at this size, I'm not going to complain. So you have his slingshot. You can get him in a pose like he's about to, excuse me, shoot at Grimlock's nose. And once again, here he is with Spike. And, you know, looks pretty cool, I guess. And here he is with this thing. This abomination. With hardly any articulation. Doesn't transform. We got this when we could have gotten a sword for Grimlock, and now that this is out, I'm kind of even more angry about this thing. Why does this exist? I imagine that they've been planning this guy for a while, so why didn't we get a sword for Grimlock? Oh well, I'm not getting rid of this thing. I hate it, and I love it for how terrible it is too much. So, yeah. Now for the articulation, head is on a ball joint, gets him up and down. Because of the transformation, you do get some backwards movement. And not really a whole lot of tilting, but he can look right and left. Shoulders are on ball joints, they can do a full 360. They can go out to the side that far. And with the transformation joints, they can go up really high. So that's pretty cool. You get an elbow bend, although don't fully straighten it out unless you're willing to tap it in, which isn't that big of a deal, but legs can kick forward that far and back that far. They're going to collide with the flap there, but they can go out to the side about that far, which could be better, but oh well. You get a knee bend. I guess you can rotate it there. And you get some toe articulation. So posability on this guy, it's decent again for this scale. I don't really have too much to complain about. So I think that pretty much covers this guy. I mean, kind of a short review, but I just really don't have that much to say. So I'll go ahead and stick him on the display. Okay, so there's Wheelie with the rest of my 86 display. And a bit of a spoiler there, I did end up picking up 86 RC, so hopefully I'll get her reviewed at some point in the future. So in terms of if I recommend this figure, yeah, I do. I really don't have a lot of anything terrible to say about it. It's a $10 little core class figure. And while we have seen them do something that is truly spectacular at that scale, I still don't really mind this. I think the alt mode looks pretty good. Yes, the hands are visible. Yes, they probably could have found some way to hide them, but it's not the end of the world. Transformation it's simple, but it's pretty fun. And I think the robot mode looks good. It has some decent articulation. Maybe you could use a little bit more detailing, but I guess favoring cartoon accuracy, it's not always going to be super detailed. And again, this is better than the one that came with Grimlock. So yes, I do recommend this figure. I think he's pretty fun, even if you don't like the character, which very few people do, I think. But yeah, I don't think you'll really regret it. Just $10. And I imagine in not too far from now, there'll probably be some sort of sale on him. But that's just what I think of the figure. As always, please be sure to comment down below what you think of the figure. And if you like this video, please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and God bless.